I'm Forrest Saunders standing in front of the state capitol. In-state tuition for undocumented might soon disappear in the Sunshine State. That's if a Republican lawmaker gets his way next session.
Florida is third in the nation for undocumented higher ed students. There are about 43,000 of them, according to the latest census surveys. Many are DACA recipients like Maria Tinoco. She graduated from FIU in mechanical engineering and told us last year how valuable her education was for her future.
And I feel like everybody has dreams, and ultimately, like, we don't want to take anything away from anyone. We just want the opportunity to kind of like pursue and achieve those dreams just like anyone else.
But now there's a renewed effort to repeal a law saving those thousands of students thousands of dollars. SB 90 would end a 10-year-old law allowing Florida undocumented access to in-state tuition.
It's just not fair to tell someone from Georgia who lives across the border if they want to come to a Florida university, they have to pay 3 times as much as someone who came here illegally.
State Senator Randy Fine's bill is just 2 pages long and strikes out the provisions Florida lawmakers supported back in 2014. The senator says he'll save the state an estimated $45 million a year and thinks the change will act as a disincentive for illegal immigration, despite critic concerns.
No fault of their own. They were brought here by their parents, and they just want an education. For all intents and purposes, they are Americans. This might hurt them.
That is not true. They are not Americans. They are not Americans. And the fact that their parents chose to human traffic them, the responsibility for that is not on the state. The responsibility for that is on their parents. One can argue what their parents did is child abuse.
Opposition already appearing. Democrats we spoke with said it's an instant no for them.
Obviously very against this, and for my 4 years in the House, we had many students that come up and share their stories about how beneficial this has been to them and to their families. So definitely not in support of it, and of course we'll be fighting it.
Republicans might fight it too. After all, the person behind the in-state tuition for undocumented is Florida's current Lieutenant Governor, Jeanette Nunez. She sponsored the legislation back when she was in the Florida House.
Let's not hold these children responsible for actions that their parents took, something they had no control over. Let's allow for opportunities for all of Florida's children.
What comes now will likely be up to the legislative leaders and committee chairs, but Governor Ron DeSantis listed the idea as one of his 2023 goals. It failed to get across the finish line, but maybe next year will be different. Florida finds out in March.
And one other criticism from Democrats has been that this was all politically motivated, and that is because Senator Fine is also running for U.S. House in Florida's 6th District. He is set to resign from his position in the legislature at the end of March, just before the April 1st election. That is the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.